Hello students, my name is Arpita Bhattacharya and today I am going to teach you your first chapter of history, that is the brick, beads and bones. And from this chapter I am going to discuss the problem regarding the reconstruction of Harappan history. So we will start now and listen carefully. In spite of numerous efforts made by scholars to decipher the Harappan script, there is no agreement between any two scholars, and the script has remained the biggest enigma of the Harappan civilization till date. If it was deciphered, a plethora of information on various aspects of the Harappan culture will come into front. But unfortunately, Harappan inscriptions do not help us in reconstruction of the past. Hence, archaeologists mostly depends on the artifacts, ruins of the building, seal, bricks, bones. Those are found in various archaeological sites. Though these archaeological evidences are very helpful, yet classification of these evidences are not easy. In the beginning, many finds were lost or thrown away. Many were destroyed due to wrong method of digging. Hence, we have plenty of similar and different looking findings. But the main issue is how to classify them. Now, the issue of classification of findings. When archaeologists find new materials, certain steps are taken to classify these finds to make it easier to study. The first step, the finds are classified according to their materials. That is what it made out of. For example, bones, clay, metal, wood, ivory, stones, etc. The next step is the finds are also classified on the level of its function. Here, archaeologists have to decide whether, for instance, an artifact is a tool or weapon or an ornament or all these, or something meant for ritual use. By 4 ways, finds are generally categorized. These 4 ways are as follows. The number 1 is by how they resemble present day, such as, for example, the beads or the stone blades or potteries. Those are similar to the modern day artifacts. The second is on the basis of context in which it was found. For example, was it found in house or in a grave or in a drain? Third is classification on the basis of resource to indirect evidence. For instance, though there are traces of cotton at some Harappan sites, to find out about clothing, the style and the types, we have to depend on indirect evidences, including depiction in sculpture. And the fourth is the developing frames of reference. We have seen that the first Harappan seal that was found would not be understood till archaeologists had a context in which to place it, both in terms of the cultural sequence in which it was found and in terms of comparison with finds in Mesopotamia. Okay. The next point is problem of interpretation of these evidences. The problem of archaeological interpretation are perhaps most evident in attempt to reconstruct the religious practice of Indus Valley. It is usually hard to determine due to its reduced count of the archaeological evidence. The basic limitations are: first, reduced count of archaeological evidences related to the religious life. The second, no specific place of worshipping God such as temple were found. Third, no religious text has yet been identified. And fourth is, no specific statue is yet specifically identified as god or goddesses. Though many archaeologists and numerous historians identified one heavily ornamented terracotta female statue as Mother Goddess and thought that Harappans used to worship Mother Goddess. The yogi type figure surrounded by animals engraved in seal is identified as Proto Shiva, yet these are not approved universally. The Mother Goddess now identified as Swastika, and at the same time the description of early or Proto Shiva, that is the Rudra in Rig Veda, is not similar to the description of the Pashupatinath or the yogi-like statue found in the seal of Harappa. And at the same time, the priest-like man statue seated with one hand on the knee as priest king, similar to Mesopotamian priest king statue, also classified as religious figure but not accepted universally by all the archaeologists, though throughout the world. Therefore, there is a huge confusion regarding the religious belief of Harappan people, but it is assumed by the historian that the Harappan religious culture was polytheistic. That means they used to worship many god and goddesses, and also they worshipped natural elements or nature. They were the nature worshipper. They used to worship the water, sky, sun, soil, trees, forest, etc.